Hey guys, welcome to the SimRacingPaddock. I'm William Marsh, and this is the second live stream that we have done of Automobilista 2, and the first one at a relatively human hour. So, this is my deeper look into AMS2. So we did our raw first impressions that was based off of my first ever race in AMS. That was my pre-recorded video. And then I also did a live stream yesterday that was roughly an hour. Now we're gonna do a deeper dive, gonna take a look at a lot more of the variety and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's take a look. So right here so I'm gonna be going over some of the same stuff that we were talking about in the previous live stream as well, because some of you guys weren't in here. So this is the main menu. So right now with this early access beta, we only have single race and test day available. If we hover the mouse over championship and click on that, multiplayer and time trial, nothing happens. So yeah, remember guys, this is beta release number 2. They are rolling out stuff as this is going along. Also, there are bound to be some bugs and glitches, things like that. So that's something to keep in mind. And Izzy, thanks for noticing. I am actually currently down 20 pounds since about September-ish. So yeah, thank you. So this is the options menu. So we look at this and we have the gameplay settings. So there's two things, one for authenticity, which is looking over the different assists, damage, tire wear, fuel usage, things like that. We look at the display, and that is looking at the HUD level, driving line indicator, track map, things like that. So what's interesting though, wait, will this actually give me lap info? I am hopefully going to get lap info, because in the previous streams we weren't getting lap info, so maybe default is off or something like that. We'll see. They're still working on the HUD, so we'll see how that is. So yeah, and then opponent names, we'll get a laugh out of that, because yeah, they still have placeholder names, definitely. So I will get to that beast stew, that I will talk to that in a minute. So yeah, and then we have the race engineer. I've heard a little bit, but not much. I'm guessing that's also going to be rolled out in future updates. So there's also the proximity indicator, which is pretty nice. Pit stop visual cue, yeah, that'll just show you your stop box. We tried that out in a practice session earlier. Display units Imperial, because I live in Merca. Chat box and profanity filter we don't need, because there's no multiplayer yet. So there's that. Controls, that's what I want to talk about. So we look at the control scheme, and with beta 2 they fixed the issue I was having. So now I'm getting the full 900 degrees of rotation in the wheel, and it's matching on a per car basis. So that has indeed been fixed. So I'm really happy to see that. So yeah, you set it to wheel, custom wheel, pedal type separate, because I'm using my using felts. Configuration, this is what I have. I like to turn down the dead zones for the throttle, brake, and clutch, because I have that configured in DI view. So yeah, so the 50% sensitivity is the perfectly linear. So if you turn it down, it's non-linear, or turn it down or up, it's non-linear. So less sensitive, more sensitive. That's how it goes. So controller vibration does absolutely nothing for a wheel, so we don't have to worry about that. Edit the assignments, it's very straightforward. So you just map it up and stuff like that. So and then ignition, start engine, KERS, DRS, brake bias, we have that. What's interesting though is there's no thing for engine mapping or anything like that, but I guess, actually no, the F1 cars would have engine maps and stuff like that, so interesting. And then assistance, so if you want to turn on or off assists. Camera in view, I just have cycle camera, we don't really have to worry about the rest of this stuff for now. And then pause, I did put there. Interesting though that button gets recognized as POV left. Huh. So force feedback. So I want to make an amendment based off of my first impressions video. So I was saying that I saw this flavor menu, and there's the informative, immersive, raw, and custom. Apparently, I talked with Renato after my first impressions video, and he said that that is actually just a remnant from the engine, and this does absolutely nothing. So it doesn't really matter what you set it to, apparently, but it just does the same thing. It's basically just nothing. So that's interesting. But for direct drive wheels, the recommended settings for now is you set the gain to 35%, set it to like 100% in the SimuQ profiler. Low force boost, 0. FX, they recommended 0, but don't go above like 35, they said. So I'll keep it to 0 for now. So, menu spring strength, I set to 0. Yeah, Derek, I love this Turn R20. It is so much fun to drive with. I wish they had an open top wheel though, personally, because I kind of prefer those over the open top. So yeah, but it's still a great wheel. So there's that. And then visual effects, that's the lens flare, stuff like that. So post-processing filters I have on. Exterior sun flare I set to none because not too realistic. Interior minimal. Bloom on, I have that. Heat haze, we'll turn that on, why not? Exposure compensation, you can make it either darker or lighter. Raindrops, yes. Vignettes, let's turn that off. The crepuscular rays or god rays, yes, we'll have those on. Screen dirt, I'm not doing that because that's the dirt on the camera lens, not the actual like windshield or stuff like that. So cockpit mirrors on. Performance, so this is the graphics menu. So I have it set to high texture resolution, that's the max. The 16x texture filtering, VSync off because G-Sync works pretty well to cover that. Multi-sample anti-aliasing, I have that set to high. And then most of this set to ultra, and it's working pretty well. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, and then the camera settings. So field of view, that's where this is all at. And speed sensitivity, you could, I guess, adjust a field of view based off speed. Why would you really do that? So I'm gonna, for the heck of it, I'm gonna turn down the world movement and the G-force effect. Because I've been doing a couple streams with that. I want to see what happens when we turn to 0. There we go. Show helmet, yes, why not? We're not going to do the helmet camera, so we don't really need to adjust that. So let's jump into a test drive. So we tested out some of the prototypes and some of the Formula cars. I tested out one of my favorites of Formula V12. Let's go to Formula V10. We should try this out. And then, so this is the car select screen. As I mentioned in my first stream, it's pretty good. I would love more distinction though, because for example, we have 4 Caterham classes that just say Caterham. It doesn't have any distinction between the car model unless you actually click on it and do that. Same thing with Copa Classic, where it's, yeah, you do that or that. It's a little confusing at times. All right, Copa Fuchsia. I guess you don't really see the difference in it right now, but I'm guessing one's higher performance or something. So yeah, there's the UI elements that need to be improved a bit. And it's like, yeah, it's nice though, like this Formula 3, you have F309, F301. So it's like, yeah, and we'll see what happens as this progresses. I know a lot of these are placeholders, but it's like, we'll see what happens. Time will tell. They're saying they want to push the game out by the end of March, but it's like, it's still pretty darn rough around the edges, if I'd say so myself. But yeah, so this, we're gonna jump into Formula V10 livery select. So there's a lot of different liveries. They're all just a kind of bog standard Riza. So whoops. So if you left click on the mouse, that's back. So let's go with, yeah, this livery. Why not? Okay, so let's go with that. I'm gonna turn down the time progression because we are doing that to test day to night transition. Let's do overcast weather. And with this car, I'm thinking let's do Kansai, aka Japanese Grand Prix. So we'll hop into here and we'll get an idea on how this feels. If you want a night race, try Interlagos. So we will definitely try that later. Should be fun. But yeah, so there is, oh, I set it to night. We need to change time of day. My bad. I forgot about that. Hey, Paul, how's it going, man? Nice to see you in here. But yeah, accidentally, yeah, it's set to, that's 8 p.m. So we'll do 1 p.m. Yeah, Beast, I mean, that's unfortunately the modern day and age of what we are experiencing in the world of gaming, not just sim racing, but gaming in general. We always are just seeing this sort of work in progress mentality. And I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Whoops, I forgot I changed it to stick shift for testing. Why not? I mean, we've seen games genuinely improve over time. That's one of the great things. Weird driving this car with a stick shift, but hey, it's a little fun. So, okay, it's nice that we're seeing the lap time because in my previous testing we weren't, and that was kind of disappointing. But at least that's working now. A little rough on the brakes there. I always run wide. I got that. That is Okay, let's reset this car. So what? Actually, I'm gonna switch the paddle shifter. Sorry, guys. It's just so weird driving that with the stick. Gets distracting, but we'll just do a quick adjustment. So while we're doing that, let's answer Raphael's question. So it's a lot better than when I was testing out earlier. So when I was testing it out, it was a situation where basically I wasn't aware of what they were calling the G29 workaround. Where basically you map your settings around the G29 preset, and that was what would work. But so basically, I was only getting effectively 270 degrees of rotation, which meant it was very, very slip slidey, very loose, because everything was going on. So now that I'm getting the full degrees of rotation, it does feel a lot better, which is great. At the same time, it still feels vaguer than what I experienced in Automobilista 1. It's a little vague, it's a little loosey-goosey, so it's a little tougher for me to put the car exactly where I want it. So These two, I would rather just list them off, because what it is that they do the presets based off of manufacturer. And one of the things that kind of ticks me off though is they don't allow you to save presets yet, which is frustrating. So what it is that if I change the preset, I have to remap the entire thing, which it kind of ticks me off. But yeah, they need an overhaul of the controller configuration screen. So yeah, they support, basically what they do is legacy wheels is the older stuff from brands not supported. They do Thrustmaster wheels, they do Fanatic wheels, they do Logitech wheels, and then they do the custom wheel, which would be like Open Sim wheel, the Bonar Sim steering, things like that. But yeah, it's a little more vague than I'm used to with Risa's cars. It's not bad. Oh, that was scary. Got a little squirrely on the AstroTurf. But I mean, I'm still able to catch slides, things like that. But oh my gosh, 130R is freaky in this car. Too wide. Got a little aggressive on the car, and aggressive goes around. So I'm not noticing anything really in the force feedback for flat spotting or flat spots, things like that. Or like lockups, they are okay, where it's like, yeah, the lockups work in a decent way. But it's like, you don't feel the flat spotting through the force feedback like you do in ACC, Assetto Corsa, R Factor 2, etc. Hey, Gamer Muscle, how's it going, man? Great seeing you here. So I know it's likely useless because I'm betting all of you guys are subscribed to Gamer Muscle already, but if you aren't, go check out his channel. Understeer feel, it's okay. Definitely feel load up. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up for one lap and let you guys drive. Or let you guys listen to the car, I mean. so that's a lap around the track. Oh, I love the sound of this V10. I loved this era of Formula One. So, sort of what I'm noticing is it's a mix of the downforce and mechanical grip, but it's like you have to make very subtle movements to really catch these slides. If you go too far to the other direction to try to counter steer like you would in the low downforce cars, it'll shoot you off. So it's like, it is a challenge to drive, but hey, it's nice. But yeah, it's something where at the same time, I'm not getting as great a feel at the limit of grip as I would with other sims. I mean, I do feel pretty good with this. There we go. So yeah, a bit of a shameless plug for an upcoming video, guys. So recently I purchased the new direct drive wheel mount for the SimLab GT1 Evo, and I'll be installing that on the rig and testing out my my 30 Newton meter large midge open sim wheel. So that video will be coming soon. So remember, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications so you can get notified when that video comes out. There we go. That was a good lap. Oh, I love turn 1 and 2 at Suzuka. Or I mean, Kansai, as they call it in AMS. It's funny though how they always have to call it different names to get around the licensing and stuff. Because yeah, AMS has Kansai, R Factor 2 has Matsusaka, and then Project Cars 1 had Sakido, I believe, but then they still had to change the layout of the track for Project Cars 2, I think. All right, so turn in. It's nice to be able to make more content. What's the time? It's 9:13 a.m. here, I believe. Yeah, 9:13 a.m. Look at the clock under the chat. I'm on the West Coast, guys. Take it flat. Oh, we almost ran wide. Little rotation there. Woo! A little tight there. That's a 139.166. I mean, this is feeling pretty darn good. I'm enjoying the feel of the car on the track. I would love that little extra bit of tightness in the force feedback to see how it goes, but I mean, this is still pretty darn good feeling. All right, so let's go off the track. Let's total the car. Rip the wheels right off. All righty. So let's take a look at the replay for a little bit. The exterior sounds. The exterior sounds, I gotta say, sound pretty darn awesome. Just the way the car looks on the track and stuff. So, man, this is definitely a fun car to drive. It's interesting though, because I believe it still has the V10 era cars have traction control? I forget. I think they did. I don't think they removed traction control until 2009, I think. So yeah, but it's one of the things I wish that they would have traction controls or traction control controls to have, because we've been spoiled by that by Assetto Corsa and ACC. It doesn't just have visual damage, it does have mechanical damage. It actually has less visual damage. It doesn't have the deformation and stuff yet. They're saying that and car animation, things like that. So you're seeing like the suspension isn't really flexing or anything like that. So they said that's supposedly coming out beta 3 or 4, I think. So yeah. All right, Gamer Muscle, you have a good one, man. Thanks for dropping by the stream, and I'll talk to you later, man. So in a few seconds, I think we are going to see the car hit the wall. But yeah, this thing is running pretty great. So yeah, run wide and boom. Rip. Nicholas, I would have to check like the development stuff, but I would assume that they're gonna add flat spawning and stuff. So Paul Stoker, I actually, for my True Drive profile, I literally copied over my AMS1 profile and made it AMS2. I don't think I've made any real modifications yet. So yeah, it's kind of nice to see. I will likely try to dive deeper and try to make some more modifications and see how that works. So yeah, so that is the Formula V10. So great car. In my previous stream, I showed off the Formula V12. That was a lot of fun to drive. So one of the things I am actually curious about is karting. I wonder how this kart would do. So this is just an experiment. So I am going to go with the Kansai East course. So same track, just smaller configuration. So Pierre, what I am wondering is, yeah, so right now, all we have from this early access is old cars and tracks from the original Automobilista. So I'm wondering, are they withholding the stuff from AMS2? So yeah, I want to try out the ARC Camaro, though one of the things was that it was actually crashing the game when I was testing it before, when I tried doing it in my previous stream. So we'll have to see if that will be any better. I love the sound of the kart in AMS. They did a good job. Max out 77. Actually, this might not be the best track for karting. This would be great in VR if you find the right track, though. Yeah, this is too boring. I thought it might be better, but sorry, guys. Botched experiment. I think that's botched experiment number 2. Monaco with karts. Ooh. Sounds dangerous, but also appetizing. So, if I remember correctly, Interlagos, which ones have a kart track, though? Or are the... Oh, Ortona. That's a kart track. Let's go with that. Can you Rallycross with... That would be interesting, except... One of the frustrating things? No Rallycross content yet. No Rallycross content yet for AMS2, which is disappointing. Is this the right way to leave? So hopefully the Rallycross content will be coming out soon. Whew. That grass almost just... Oh. I have no indicator on if I'm going the right way or not, so I'm just gonna keep going like this. Likely licensing issues, I bet they would. With Monaco being as exclusive a track as it is, I would assume that they'd ask like a few $100,000 for the name itself. Okay, so that feels pretty good. I am going the wrong way. Well, thank you for letting me know. Like, yeah, I just didn't know this track. So I do have some real life experience karting, not much. I did do the Jim Russell School of Karting a while back, and I'd hope still I remember some of that. So one of the things I liked about karting in AMS1 was you could ride the brake, and that could pitch the car in because of single speed shift, not shifter, but sprint karts having, what was it? Only rear brakes. So it feels like you can do that in AMS2 as well. Like that. Now that wasn't perfect, definitely. I mean, it's like, but yeah, just like that. And then, yeah, with karting, you want to steer as little as possible due to the incredibly short wheelbase. There you go. I'll need to give Kartsim another look soon. Because I did a couple streams with it, I think. Maybe a video or two, so... that might be a flat corner with all that banking. This is an interesting track, I gotta say. But yeah, these feel miles better than like the karts in Project Cars 2. I'll try the Superkarts next. We'll do Supercars at Azure. Crazy combo, but should be fun. Oh man, I'm having fun with this. I can imagine hosting some races with this. Let's try this experiment. Can I do this flat? Yes, I can. Awesome. All right, so we are going to jump into this. Well, hey, Mario, I'm wearing a Nintendo shirt. Mario Kart. Yeah, just imagine a mod for AMS2 that makes you throw shells and banana peels out. So, there's that. There's the Superkart. So, we'll do black and red because SRP colors. Boom. So, do that. And then Azure Circuit. Ah, this is going to be dangerous. It's impossible not to have fun with karts. Some jumps would be good. And those boost strips, those would be a blast. Alrighty.
It's almost showtime. Good luck out there, mate.
Wrong way again. Or is it? Actually, let's do immersion value, because shifter karts have the clutch right there, and we can do that. So, but I think we could just blip shift. So let's go to controls. So yeah, we have to do this manually for every car. It's disappointing. So. Alright, so... And granted, it's not going to be like perfect, because I believe even with a kart shifter, that's an analog clutch. So, what? Beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, this should be a fun combo.
No sweat. You can do this.
Little slip there. Oh, shoot. Oh, slideways through here. I wonder if I can find a way to turn off the... Little slip. Because, is this locked to horizon right now? I'm not sure. Feels like it might be locked to horizon. Whoa! Ah, shoot. All right, at full speed. Oh, shoot. I just Verstappened it. Yeah, I just Verstappened first corner. Let's check the camera settings real quick, though, because one of the nice things with this is the load screens are quick enough that I can justify jumping out to change the settings, but they need to have the controls thing here. So, configuration, G-force effect. Yeah, except apparently, I guess this might need to be set to 100. Because I guess that's 0's locked to horizon, 100's locked to car or something. Cool to see no hiccup on major high-speed impact. Yeah, weren't you asking about that in the stream yesterday? So yeah, I guess. Let's hope this one is a little better. This has no pit speed limiter, I guess. Oh yeah, this is much better. Let's just get a feel for this with the kart right now. Because remember, when I'm usually driving this track, I'm driving a Formula 1 car or something like that. Oh yeah, this is much better locked to the car. Whew. Oh man. I am feeling the road feel through the track, and it feels pretty darn good. Like just the rough feeling. Oh, that was close. Just imagine this as like a feeder race before F1. So they have the Superkarts on the circuit instead of like the GP2 or something. That could revolutionize Formula One. Have the drivers race in Superkarts before the race. That's how to fix Formula One. Karts. Oh, fudge. Still tracking straight. This is fun. Whoa! I likely don't remember that because I would have been a little kid in the 90s. Unfortunately, at this point in time, they do not have a way to go into the set. Well, right now I'm over 100 miles an hour. Just imagine that in real life. Wreck into the Armco, you're dead. D-E-D, dead. Oh my gosh. Whew. Okay. It might have lightly tapped the wall. I guess there's a spot right there that would just invalidate. Huh. I'm not sure if I am cutting the track limits. I see all the lines on the street. It's like, so let me know if I'm cutting track limits, guys. Because you guys might know. Oh my gosh, that is terrifying. Whew. It's terrifying to get that corner just about right. Oh. Okay, that's a bug. Okay, let's watch that replay. So much fun. The exterior sounds aren't that great, but it's okay. But yeah, just seeing the car sliding around. Oh man. Still feels pretty darn good. I mean, the animation on the driver is just insane though, but they said a lot of the animations on the cars might not match right. They're gonna fix them or whatever. Yeah, that's a cool shot. He's just putting his whole body into the steering. Funny how the line on the street said nice. This corner, oh my gosh, that speed! Oh, you need to rewind that. That's go on board. I mean, yeah, there's still things that need to be tweaked. Yeah, so that's definitely glitchy. They need to sort that out. But yeah, oh man, this is so much fun though. Definitely enjoying that. So let's go from Superkart to, let's do the Ultimate. Formula Ultimate. I think that would be a fun car. And then 42, the answer to life. And let's do Interlagos, Brazilian Grand Prix. Not the greatest at this track, but I think this will be fun. So yeah, I did definitely do testing of the Formula Ultimate in AMS1, so it'll be interesting to see how this compares. Sam, this is a sim racing stream, not a Fortnite channel.
No sweat, you can do this.
I forgot to change the shifters again. Can't they just allow you to map both like they in AMS1? Formula Risa, I thought, or Risa was the 2012 F1. 2012 based off of Red Bull. There we go. Neck pop. I keep on getting this suggestion. Audio stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. And I guess it's glitching and showing my stream bitrate as 0 for some reason, but I'm guessing the audio's still working for you guys.
Deep breath, nice and easy, you got this.
Well, the placeholder pit guy is removed and it's pointing us to the left. So we'll be able to see in this if DRS works. Just have to remember. Sounds like they might need a little more improvement on the sound sampling. Yeah, it sounds like the mixing of the RPMs going down a bit. That needs to be improved. Accuracy Gaming, as of beta release number 2, we are allowed to stream. So here's DRS zone. I don't see DRS coming on right now. Whoa! Little aggressive on the throttle, and aggressive goes around again. So basically, what they say is now, as of beta release 2, you are allowed to stream, just make everyone aware that it is a beta, hence the name beta in the stream, on the thumbnail, in the description. I think I'm doing a decent job letting people know it's a beta. So in a sec, I'll do a flat spot test. I mean, that was a pretty significant lockup. Yeah, not making any feeling that it's like... But yeah, I don't think flat spots are fully implemented right now. Wesley, I got third in the championship. That was a bit of a heartbreaking race though. I got a truly amazing start and then I got dumped by the second place guy. So yeah, my amazing start got me to the lead. I think lap 3, I accidentally get dumped by the second place driver, and that just went, ugh. Yeah, I remember the Project Cars 2 Alpha, whoop, when like the flat spots were brutal. So I'm wondering, that was interesting. Let's see here. That was decent braking. Whoa, okay. Sticky walls. Those still exist. So, yeah, that I think it's definitely a carryover from the Madness engine. I'd call it that. So, interesting. It stuck us here. So I guess they have a pit crew for this track. We can try that next lap around. So yeah, we'll do our out lap and then go into the pits, and I'm curious to see what it looks like when the crew does the service. Because when I did a pit stop in a previous stream, there was no actual crew. We'll do some rain testing after this, I think. Animated only in race weekend? Okay, well. That was a big lockup there. Huh. I wish I had my pedal telemetry right now, because it feels like my brake pedal is very sensitive. So here, that's animated. Quick stop. So yeah, that worked. We're gonna give it, let's do helmet cam for a little bit. I'm not a big fan of helmet cam, to be perfectly honest with you guys. I feel that this head movement, it does interfere. So yeah, if I use this, it would turn it down. I mean, it's pretty cool. This would be a great camera angle for VR. But it's like the head leading the movement and everything. It feels a little off, in my opinion. And of course, there's this T-cam. The one thing I've noticed is you cannot actually, I have never totaled a car, like trashed the engine from a high-speed impact. So that's also similar to Project Cars 2, I think, where you can't total a car from an impact. So that's, yeah, heavy impact there. It's like, yeah, I mean, granted, the engine's in the rear of the car, but impacts like that, you would see, like, would total a car, things like that. That would mess something up. So I'm wondering, are they going to try to enhance and tweak this damage engine to try to bring more out of it? And also, it's like, what is this Madness engine capable of? So that's the thing. We don't know what the Madness engine is capable of. Because the thing is, there were things such as the flat spotting that was in this SETA tire model, and we didn't get to see it in its full capacity in Project Cars 2. There are things like that. So that code could still be in the engine. And if it is, we could see Risa Studios bringing it out, and I would love to see that. So again, these are the Formula Classic. We could go give that a try. But yeah, there is a lot that needs to be done still, I think, and we'll see how that goes. So let's change the controls again. But yeah, this is a very, very rudimentary control screen. And it's like, yeah, you'd have to remap everything if you need to, like, change a preset or something, which is disappointing because you can't save your own preset right now. That is like, no. All right, so that might be better for brakes. I pushed harder in the calibration, so let's hope that works well. And yeah, test day. So what we're going to do is maybe a bit of suicide. We are going to jump into the Formula Classic in the rain. Or let's do standard rain. And let's do Montreal, because that would be weather in the rain. Montreal Historic 88. Yeah, Nicholas, yeah, because that was an option in AMS1. You could
It's
map the
almost showtime.
alt
Good
shift
luck out
up.
there, mate.
Did I? No, I didn't go the wrong way. This is just a different pit lane than what I'm used to. But yeah, these look like wet tires, so we should be good to go. Whoa, shoot. Not off to a great start there. This is the 88 layout because we're driving with the old car. I'm not used to this layout though, so it's like, bear with me here. And I'm slowly rolling onto the gas, so that's one of the reasons I'm doing okay here. I'm betting if I go, yeah, way too aggressive here, aggressive will go around. That didn't give me any suspension damage there. That's slightly disappointing. So I'm guessing as the rain progresses, this is where the puddles will be. It does not drive like Project Cars 2 at the moment. It definitely drives more like AMS than Project Cars 2 in my opinion. I mean, I'd say like when it gets to the limit of grip, that's when the Madness engine starts to rear its head. But it's like, this definitely is an echelon above Project Cars 2. And it just shows what this Madness engine and the tire model is capable of. All right, it went too quick there and just kind of washed out. So I'm curious to see if puddles will start to form more as we log more laps around the track. It does look like there's more water on the track now than it was when we came by last time. The force feedback, it's good, but at the same time, it still feels kind of vague compared to the real feel that was used in AMS1. Yeah, we are starting to see more water on the track, I think. Yeah, like that back straight in Kansai I was testing before, and it's like all puddles on that flat back straight. It was scary as heck. Sam, it's on a very much a per car and track combo basis. When I raced the Stock Car Brazil at Donington Park, the AI was pretty good. When I was racing the P1 class at Imola, I believe, it felt kind of messy. So it's on like what I'm calling the per car track basis. yeah. Ooh, wash out a little bit. JJ, kind of, yeah, like where it is using the Project Cars 2 engine, and I'm guessing there's going to be code modifications. So if you remember, guys, Automobilista 1 was GameStop Car Extreme, and that, like, those two were, like, you could technically call those reskinned R Factor 2s. But also it's kind of like the cell phone dynamic, where, for example, I use a Samsung Galaxy S10, or no, S8 Plus, and it has its own system, but it's reskinned Android. But they do add features and benefits to it that make it its own device and that don't come with the baseline. So right now we're seeing what it is like. Right now, this is basically like Project Cars 2, but with good car physics, which is nice, but the question is, what are they going to do to go above and beyond? We'll have to see how that goes. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how everything works and what Riza will bring to the table. But it's like, we saw what they did with the R Factor 1 engine. We saw them add flat spotting. We saw them add tracks rubbering in, features that were not present in the original R Factor. So they know coding, at least. So it'll be interesting to see, because apparently they have free reign over this madness engine. So they can do things like that if they want to. They can add more dynamic features and things like that. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, from this step 1/step 2, it's got me excited at the very least, because yeah, we know Riza is, they make good stuff. And at the very least, this beta right now is proving they know how to handle the Madness engine. That's a big thing in itself. They have discovered how to make good cars for the Madness engine. And now it's going to be a process. And it likely will be something where you'll need to kind of tough it out, stick it with them, and we'll see how that goes. Basically, one of the big things I'm hoping is that Riza won't forget their roots. They won't forget, like, who's helped bring them up here. So yeah, it's like, let's just hope that they can really be great with the community, which they are being really great with the community right now. Like, we are seeing that in the forums and community updates, things like that. So that's why I do have faith behind Riza, because we've seen what they've done and we're getting a glimpse of the future right now. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. All right, so yeah, it's interesting. I'm not really seeing much more progression for the track moisture level. I'm not seeing any larger puddles forming or things like that. Yeah, it's interesting. Whew. All right, so I think that's enough rain testing for now. Oh, I wonder if, do I have auto clutch on? I wonder if that's messing me up in some of my shifting. Huh. We'll have to take a look at the settings. So go to options, gameplay. that where it would be? I'm not seeing it. Controls? Automatic clutch. Off. Then why didn't I stall? Huh, go figure. So let's do another fun combo. Actually, let's try a race. This should be interesting. So let's go and let's pick. I'm thinking one of the Caterhams. Let's go with that. And for track, let's see. Let's go with Imola. Or Imola, however you pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced both ways. So, yeah. Set 1976. That's funny, the default date. Let's do current date. So 10 a.m. Oh. So hopefully you guys are having fun enjoying the stream. If you haven't already, hit that like button. And also, if you also haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And you'll get notified on when more content gets pumped out. So yeah, like we were talking about this earlier. So they have placeholder names for the drivers. So Cautious, Brains, Chopper, Duelist, Perfect, Cautious, Spooky, another Duel, Top Performer. If he's a top performer, why is he in 9th? Nervy, Spooky, Nervy, myself, Cautious 3, Cautious 2, Average 1. Funny names. Thank you, Sam, for subscribing. And thank you, Hani Senta. All right, so yeah, what's cool is this definitely feels like a road car versus we were driving Formula cars before. So I unfortunately don't have an H pattern set up to this rig. This is such a compact rig that I can only really fit the sequential shifter and the handbrake with the way I have it laid out. Oh, slideways. That felt great. Pitch your car in with the brakes. I am heel and towing though with this. This is being planned to be released to the public end of March. I believe like final weekend of March, which would be a great early birthday present for me, but I'm not sure if it's in a complete enough state to be released to the public right now. That's what I'm nervous about. All right, granted, there is, if it is coming out on the 31st, there's 24 days, but at the same time, only so much can be done in 3.5 weeks. I don't want them to rush out a broken game, because regardless of what they do after that 1.0 release, that's going to be the image, like the first impressions. And the first impressions of a game are everything. I mean, granted, like look at a game like No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, they've done amazing things to help fix it, but that will never shake off the initial stigma of it being a rushed game with broken promises. I don't want that to happen to Automobilista 2. So yeah, that's one thing I'm slightly nervous about. But yeah, so Grant, yes, my birthday is April 2nd. And don't worry, I'll definitely do a stream that day. Little aggressive. Still caught the slide though. But yeah, I mean, the AI is pretty fast right now. Little aggressive over that. I earned that slowdown though, I definitely did. But the way I'm catching the slides in the Caterham feel really nice. So I'll give them props on that. Feels like the gearing is off on this. But the way the car is feeling is great. JJ, tire wear is enabled. And it's working okay. There is no flat spotting as we've talked about in the stream. Woo, woo. What's disappointing though is in the race screen as of right now, there's no lap indicator. You don't see anywhere where it says how many laps are remaining. So yeah, Risa, can you please address that in the next update? Pretty please, thank you. But yeah, use the weight transfer, pitch the car in here. Might be a third gear corner here. I might get a slowdown there. Yeah, Nicholas, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, it's very minimalistic, but it's like, yeah, on a race screen, it's kind of important to see what lap you're on. So yeah, this is a great feeling car though. I am definitely going to say that. I am definitely saying this is one of my favorite feeling cars right now. Just the feeling of the mechanical grip of the car. I might turn down the AI strength a little bit to have some more competitive racing. There is spotter and crew chief setting, but I have it enabled to authentic and I'm not hearing anything. So yeah, I believe I set this to like a 15 lap race, so I'm just going to hop out, but we do have that idea with it, just how nice this feels. So later on, I might try that 620 Caterham. I did that in the previous stream, before. Crew chief volume set to 0 by default. Okay, so we could take a look. So let's take a look and see maybe something different. I have not driven this Ultima GTR. I'm curious about this one. I drove it a little bit in the AMS 1, so let's give this a go maybe. Okay, so let's take a look at the spotter, Ibrahim. Or Ibrahim, however you pronounce your name. So let's look. Gameplay. Display. Race engineer, spotter, authentic. Let's do it always, I guess. So we can do that to activate that. Audio. Menu music I set. Okay, so pit radio. So, yeah. We can do that. And yes, there is music. I just turned it down because I'm streaming. Just wanted to show you. Would I think they would implement some sort of oval? I'm not really sure. Because that would take a lot of changing things around, I think. So, Ultima G... I'll let you test session with the Ultima. Which sim has the best grass? Whatever sim is developed in Colorado. Okay, but joking aside, I would think that's tough because different sims have different elements of grass. Some of them have the element of it actually having the like low grip. There's that some sims do better than others. There are some sims that better like have the element of if you run wide, it actually pulls you off the track. There's things like that. So it's different for different sims. So I would likely say maybe the first Automobilista and maybe R Factor 2 had decent grass simulation. What's great about iRacing's grass simulation, though, is it simulates it coming onto the track. So the grass simulation in iRacing is actually pretty darn good as well. So yeah, this is the Ultima GTR.
Show 'em what we're made of.
Okay, so it looks like it might be slightly glitchy right there. First thought. Yeah, so so we get the wheels in there. And I'm running ultra settings, guys, so oh yeah, you don't really see what I'm talking about real quick, so or yeah, missing body panel. So hold on a sec, I'm gonna try something. Will that work? There we go. So this is what I'm seeing right now. So yeah, it has this sort of missing body panel. You don't see the wheels, but again, I guess it's just, yeah, one of the elements of this being early beta. You can look at the floating bolts that are supposed to be on the body panel. But yeah, that's interesting, what I'm seeing. So hold on, I'm gonna go back to normal stream. There we go. So, trying to close that off of my mind. This is feeling pretty good. Again, it feels more like the road car. Okay, I want to try something though. This might be sequential, even though in the menu it said, yeah, I guess this is a sequential box, not an actual H pattern. Because it feels like there's the blip. But I mean, I will say I'm enjoying the feel of this car. It's an interesting beast though, because yeah, it's a road car, shorter wheelbase, so similar in an idea to the Caterham, but this is just like fast. Oh my gosh. Just the way this car is behaving. It's a jumpy car, which makes sense given what this car is. And I bet there's some stuff you could do, set up, tweak suspension to make it a little less bouncy. But like with this wheelbase, it kind of makes sense. It's like, for example, there's a YouTube video you can check out. It's Ayrton Senna driving the Honda NSX, or Honda/Acura NSX. And you can watch, like, with the shorter wheelbase and the way it drives, it'll pull up a wheel. And it's pretty intense to see. So it feels similar to that in this. And even though it's a road car, you can tell it feels, maybe, I'm not 100% certain, but feels like it might be a rack and pinion steering. It's very, very connected feeling. And it's awesome that through a direct drive, you can almost kind of feel the difference between the different steering types and cars. I love it. But yeah, I definitely want to show you guys the replay of this because just the way this is feeling feels pretty darn good. It's actually reminding me quite a bit of the V8 Superkart, just in that driving kind of feel. Yeah, frameless hover mirror. There are things that need to be worked out, definitely. Yes, BB drumming. So for Automobilista 2, they are moving over to the Madness engine. Previously, they were using what was called the ISI motor engine, which had the physics, and then its G motor engine for the graphics side of things. So yeah, they're switching over to a different game engine, and it's very interesting. So let's go do the replay here so we can get an idea on seeing how this looks. We'll likely see the car skipping. Or I ran a little wide there, so I didn't really skip that much there. But it is a fun car to drive. I'm just definitely going to say this. And yeah, CB, I'm going to agree on that. It's not going to be like, oh yeah, in a year or so, they're going to work on Automobilista 3. Or announce the game while the current one's still in development. That was a mess in itself. Yeah, just watch the subtle nuances of this car, and they're really, really well done, and you can feel that through the wheel. And yeah, it's like, I know I just said the Caterham was one of my favorite cars in this, but this might be like a second or something like that. I think I still prefer the Caterham, but it's like, even with the issues and stuff with this going on right now with the driver cockpit model and stuff, this is an incredible feeling car. I'm flabbergasted that a car this good can come out of the Madness engine. It's just, yeah, it's always interesting to see, and it sucks to say, yeah, basically Slightly Mad Studios developed a great engine and then dropped the ball on it. This just felt awesome. And yeah, it's like, sheesh. A lot of these cars I'm testing out turn out to be really darn good. So yeah, Ultimate GTR, thumbs up. Actually, I'll say 3/4 thumbs up. Once they iron out the kinks and issues with it, I think it'll be a lot better. So, previous live stream, we tested out, it was the PowerTech V10 Metal Moro AJR. I want to try out another one of these. So this is one of my favorite cars, not only in AMS, but also in R Factor 2. And what I find always interesting is that, yeah, these things just have oodles of grip, which I like. So we will give that a try. So what track should I go to? Let's go Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch has a decent variety of some slow speed corners, but a lot of high speed as well. So that'll be good for a downforce heavy car like this would be. So we are in the car.
Deep breath, nice and easy. You've got this.
Ah, dang it. I forgot to change the shifter again. Not SMS. Riza, please add like an alternate shift option like you have in AMS 1. I would love that. Please. Thank you. But yeah, like while I'm really loving AMS 2 right now, it's just like, yeah, this is good. Okay, I was wrong on the shifting, but I was right on the steering. Okay. But yeah, it's interesting though, because I think they might need to tweak the shifting on the GTR then. Because yeah, it's like,
Get ready.
it was auto blipping and stuff. So that might just be a minor thing they need to do. So we get to see this puppy in action. This is the Judd? Was the Judd V10 as well? Or I thought I picked the Judd. This sounds like the PowerTech. Actually, can I check in the pause menu? No, I cannot. Hold on a sec. I might have picked the wrong car. Sensation of speed is pretty darn good. I will admit, or yeah, so okay, that's AGR Judd. Okay, for the heck of it, let's go with the Honda, because this would be the 4-cylinder. So the sensation of speed is pretty good. I haven't done much to tweak the field of view yet. Partly because it's like the field of view sliders aren't in the actual game pause menu. So what I've said is, yeah, when you pause, there's this empty space above the exit that's kind of being blocked by text right now. And that I'm guessing is where the options is going to be. So it's like a similar effect to, I guess, what it was with the what was it? Okay, I stalled the car. Okay, I need to quit dumping the clutch so quickly. There we go. Might get flagged for speeding. Maybe not. So, what I was saying is that, yeah, they need to, I think, add the options menu to this. It's the same thing that they did in the ACC beta, or that Kunos did. So MB, I heard that you can multi-class race, except the issue with it right now is that actually, I heard it was kind of broken in the beta. So I was recommended in my previous stream not to race multi-class at the moment. So they're still, I think, trying to iron out the kinks. To my knowledge, it's just some that are laser scanned. So I want to say like all the British tracks like Brands Hatch, Donington Park, those are laser scanned. Imola, I'm guessing the modern version might be, but some of the older circuits I don't believe are laser scanned. So I think it's a mix. Some are, some aren't. But yeah, again, this is a blast to drive. You can definitely tell it is more aero grip than like mechanical grip. But yeah, this is a great feeling car. So much fun to drive. So, yeah, I have the AIO log shifter on my other rig, on my SimLab rig. Right now, I have the using valve sequential set up on this. But yeah, just feeling the force feedback loading up. Okay, I'll go to Super GT cam for just a little bit. I love the shifting sounds. And I wish they had the garage setup screen already. I'm like bottoming out. Go like raise the ride height a hair so it's like you don't bottom out like in the transition there. All right, so yeah, that's the exterior sounds. But it'll be interesting because I'm wondering when they'll implement like DRS and KERS, because those are things that need to be added in, or like ERS system in that Formula Ultimate 2019. And I wonder, will they make a 2021 version? All right, so we did a couple laps in this car. Let's watch the replay a bit. What's nice also with this engine is the Doppler sound works all right. Okay, Nicholas J, KERS works. In what cars? What cars does the KERS work? Would that be like the Formula Risa? But yeah, you just see the stiff suspension on this car. And just the way it skips on the track. It's, again, those subtle nuances that I'm just enjoying so much. It is a blast. Yes, VR, yes, bye. Codemasters, please get your act together and for once release a game with VR at launch. I mean, Dirt Rally. Yes, they added VR like 2 years after launch. Then Dirt Rally 2, they added VR like 8 months after launch or something like that. It's like, come on, release VR at launch already. And I would just think for a next gen F1 game, I would love to see VR at launch. And because one of the nice things with VR with a car with a halo is it becomes like that sort of peripheral vision thing, which is great. And spin around. Yeah, the damage engine, it's definitely Madness engine. I'll put it that way right now. So it's like we've kind of started to get spoiled by the new damage engine with iRacing. That is easily one of the best damage engines I've experienced in sim racing, bar none. Like, and it's like the Risa damage engine was also pretty good. I'll say that. And I hear rain. Okay. Guess it started to rain today. Okay, so let's try something different. Let's take a look. Okay, guys, I will take a request. What would you guys... Actually, you guys were requesting the ARC Camaro earlier. So let's give that a go. I'm curious to see if this will work all right. Let's select that. So, Cedilin or Cedilin, I believe you can still buy into the beta. So what it is you pay for the beta access. You'll get the full game plus the season pass DLC at launch, and I think it's like $100 if I remember correctly. So let's try this out. So hopefully this will work, because before I was trying the race and it didn't. So I was doing 12 laps before. Let's do 5. That'll at least be a decent start. JJ, well, thanks to everyone in the other 112 people as of right now who are watching. I am enjoying this so far. So fingers crossed, will this launch? Because before, the ARC Camaro crashed when I tried. It worked this time. Okay, so that's good. Let's hop in the car. We got a great start. Amazing start. I'm gonna let some of these guys by because we actually want to watch how these guys race. This is like 95% strength, if I remember correctly. Let's do a little bump. Let's try to bump number 51 a bit. Bump and run. Oh. Doesn't this use like the Hayabusa engine? Boop. So yeah, isn't this like a modern Legends car or something like that, if I remember correctly? It seems like the AI might need to be tuned up a bit, because we were doing a previous race with 95 AI and I was getting smoked. Now I'm smoking them. I wonder, can I actually spin out a guy? Nope. Let me see if I can pit maneuver this dude. Yeah, they seem to be much slower on the straights. They're decent in the turns. Whoa! Okay, I almost rolled it there. Yeah, the AI feels very stiff on rails, like during contact. I almost just rolled it there. That's a bump and run right there. Run him off the track. Yeah, I'm hoping that they can really dial in like this, because it's like, yeah, I bet they could. This is like the fine-tuning elements of stuff. The bigger focus is physics, things like that. AI would not be as high of a priority. But yeah, that's what I was saying. I think this car uses the engine out of a Suzuki Hayabusa. But okay, I'm getting these moments where it's like the weight shifting. I can tell that the right front wheel is getting pulled up. I would love to race these in multiplayer. Okay, time for a bump. So this is my final lap, I think. What can I do? Bump and run right there. That should get me to second. Can I make the move on the leader? Just go full send. This is an alpha and pretty early one at that. It's not going to be rain. That's my thought on it. That's what I'm worried about. It's like, yeah. And we'll see how it goes, but it's like, yeah, so, yeah, this AI, I believe, let's take a look again. So, excuse me. For the AI, opponent settings, 93% strength. Or 93 skill strength. So, I was getting my butt handed to me before I got 93 with a certain car track combo. Like, eh. So yeah, those are the art Camaros. A lot of fun. Hold on a second, I want to check something. Is there a way to check a previous replay? No, dang it. I wanted to take a look at that replay, but nope, it's lost to the abyss. Okay, so another thing I want to try out is the Formula Vintage. So we tested out the Gen 1, I believe, V8. Let's do the V12 this time around. We'll go blue. And what combo should we do? I haven't really done Hilberg Historic or Red Bull Ring Historic. This could be fun to check out. Stiggy, that option is not available yet in this beta. It's basically grayed out, so you can't check it out right now. So after I do this test session, I will try out the sprint race car. I think it would be fun. Do I have the shifter mapped properly? I just forgot. No, I don't. Okay. That starter sound was a little interesting. Good luck, Will. I will need it. So let's go back to options, controls. I'm getting good at this, which I'm not wanting to get good at this. So yeah, championship, you click it, nothing. Multiplayer, click it, nothing. Time trial, Nothing. So yeah, grayed out for now. Sounded like a tractor. Well, I'm wondering, like, it would need a beefy starter in 1967 to start a V12 engine like that. So, we are going to the historic Spielberg. Little mischief there. $300, $200, $100. I'm not liking the sound of this V12 as much as I'm liking the Formula Vintage V8. The Formula Vintage V8 had more grunt to the engine, I think. This feels a little clinical, I think, in comparison. Because, yeah, if you listen to like the onboards or like true audio footage of a V12 Formula like vintage era car, it is, oh my gosh, it is absolutely nuts. This one, it's definitely a V12 sound, but it's like, it's missing that grunt. It's missing that grit. Onto the marbles out there. Getting out into the marbles, you can feel a difference in the force feedback. You can feel that driving onto the marbles. It's nice. Get the side out a bit. Okay, miss shift. Slipping the clutch. This is like one of my first times really testing this out. Or this car track combo. I have virtually no experience driving this historic Spielberg. Ran into the marbles and yeah, forced myself wide a bit. So I might be able to brake at the 100 marker here. Then maybe trail brake a bit. Slide it out. It's interesting because I can definitely tell the DNA of the modern Red Bull ring derives from this. Jason, we tested out Barcelona. Whoa, we're wide, and we're dead. Can we get out of this? We have been beached. We have been beached. Press F to pay respects. So yeah, so let's take a look. The exterior sounds are actually pretty good. I'm liking these exterior sounds. Ooh. The exterior sounds are better than the exterior, I think, in my opinion. I can dig it. Excuse me. Ran a little wide there. But it's like, yeah, this is genuinely great handling car, and I'm enjoying it. So let's fast forward a little bit. I want to watch that accident we had. Is the 32 car grid size limit? I'll have to check it out. So we slide through there. Oh, that was a great feeling through that. The 1660 Super, that would be marginal. I was able to get very, very passable, or not passable, like baseline VR out of my GTX 970 when I was using that. You won't be able to crank up settings with the 1660, but yeah, I can do good. Okay, that was invisible. Wait, hold on a second. Oh shoot, I hit the wrong button. I need to check something that I thought I just saw. Let me check something. So here. Okay. Watch the engine. Watch this engine. Or no, transmission. It knocks the engine and transmission out of the car. Dang. Granted, yeah, it's invisible wall. That's a frustrating thing right there. But it's like, holy, yeah. If they can actually simulate the engine dying and stuff like that, yeah, that's pretty brutal. It's like, ignore that invisible wall thing. It's like, oh my gosh. Because, yeah, it's cool to see that fall out and like just the differential. But the thing is, we get back into the car and I can still spin the gears, even though the engine's not attached to the car now. They need to, yeah, it's like, so yeah, that's like, it's that thing like where visually it's really cool, but yeah, mechanically it's not consistent. So are you asking about this seat? I am running, it's from the Track Racer RS6 Mach 1. And basically I had a lot of issues with my Mach 1 and they said, yeah, we'll just send you a Mach 2. And yeah, like, so I like poached this rig, the seat off of it, put it on the Usingfeld, and it works pretty darn well. It's not as padded as like my Energy FRP 300 that I run on my SimLab, but it works just fine. I mean, hey, I've been streaming for 2 hours now and still feels relatively okay. So let's do a Formula 3. All right, hold on. You guys were wanting me to do a single race with the Sprint race car. Let's find a good livery. So it looks like these are actually genuine liveries now. That's pretty cool. So Paul, they said that they're going to be fixing that in a future update, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so let's do another trying to think, what track should we do? Because let's actually do a South one, like a Brazilian one. So let's do, I think I've done this one before. Let's give this a go. Omega Outfitters, yikes. And Anthony Johnson, thank you for subscribing. Boom, confetti. It's kind of funny. So based off that commercial, I had basically I got it to a point where when I would say boom, my brother-in-law would say confetti. And now, like, we watched Deadpool and Deadpool 2 recently. Now when I say boom, he goes chimichangas. It's like, okay. So, okay, we have a weird situation right here. So, I had this in my first drive. We have 3 WilliamSRPs in here. It cloned me. I have evil twins. And I'm the one in 15th place. So yeah, we not only have the interesting names, but we also now have my evil clones. Huh. Go figure. So, let's get back in here. So I do not know this track well at all. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it and we'll see what happens. Oh! First corneritis lives. That was definitely a case of first corneritis if I've ever seen one. Whoa! I literally just got bumped by the car in front or behind me. They're aggressive. What's going on here? Half of them are taking the chicane, half of them aren't? Is that like a Joker lap thing, or I have no idea. Ride the tail bumper of this guy in front of me. Hey, Luciano! Fellow Californian brethren. How's it going, man? We'll try skipping the chicane this lap, and we will see what happens. Woo! We got loose there. So they just send it in there. It's nice to see them actually making a pass on me. I remember, like, for example, early days of Assetto Corsa, where the AI was like incapable of making a pass. And now we send it on him. So what happens here? Seems like most of them took the chicane. We didn't get hit with a slowdown. Sam, you can, but it takes a lot of hard work no matter what you try to do. Because there's theoretically different avenues. There's the streamer, YouTuber mindset, and I have friends who genuinely do support themselves and families off of like YouTube, but it takes a lot of effort. It really does. So that is something where I spend personally, like when I'm working on videos, it can take 10, 12 hours to edit a video alone. So it's like, yeah, it depends on the situation. But then also it's a very volatile market. A lot of my income comes from the Paddock affiliate program. And it's something where that program, it had some glitches recently and I didn't get a check from them for like 2 to 3 months. So it's, yeah, that's that. And then it's like, yeah, there's that. And then also there's the element where sometimes you rely on donations. Hit shameless plug for a super chat or donation. So there's that. But it is just like, yeah, we'll skip one more time, see what happens. So yeah, there's those elements where you do need to keep that into consideration, where it's like media, you are very dependent on if people are watching and supporting, things like that. So yeah, it's like you can make it on YouTube, but it is something where it's not easy, I'll put it that way. So it's like when you hear people say, oh, making videos on YouTube is easy. No, it's not. It is challenging to make things of a relatively high quality. I know. I tried at first and my videos were hot garbage. If you look at some of my early videos, I was so awkward, so stunted. I'm still awkward now, but I am like, I'd say 1,000% better than I was back then. I can hardly even watch myself in those first videos. It is that painful. But now I've gotten more comfortable in my own skin, more comfortable in front of a camera, and it hopefully shows, and hopefully you guys are genuinely enjoying what I am offering for you guys. And yeah, it's still, I'm a work in progress. I have a lot to improve on. And it's like, yeah, it's something that, yeah, there's the tough seasons, there's the good seasons. Right now, I'm admittedly in a very tough season in my life. I'm like behind the scenes, a lot of struggles are going on, and that can couple very dangerously with bouts of depression I go through. And it's things like that. You need to be a real self-starter, and sometimes I felt like my own starter personally is broken. So it's something where, yeah, it's something where you need to work hard and improve, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I'll be frank, like, yeah, there's the moments where it's like I feel angry at times, where it's like I put out something I sunk hours into, and what, get 1,000, maybe 2,000 views, and then a video I kind of almost, for lack of a better term, I crap out in an hour ends up getting 10,000. It's like, what gives? So yeah, there's that kind of issues, but ultimately it's something where I'm trying to make content to entertain you guys, to try to do a little something to help brighten your day or give you an answer to a question you might have. So that's why I'm here. I'm here because I love sim racing and I love the community. So yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, so theoretically you can make it. It just takes a lot of hard work, I'll say that. So let's talk a little bit about this car. this card's fun. It's something interesting though, because yeah, I don't know this track, so I think that's part of the reason I'm struggling. So if I knew this track better, I think I'd be enjoying the car more, but it feels like a very good neutral handling car. It's a good middle ground between everything. All right, Cameron Walker, thank you for taking the hint on my shameless plug and making donation. Thank you for that, Cameron. And oh my gosh, that was almost a brown pants moment. That was interesting. Like, you see him start to take one corner and then he jumps to the other. This is, I guess it would be like a version of the Clio Cup or something like that. I don't know what it actually is, but yeah, it's like they call it the sprint race. It might be a Brazilian version of it, because I'm guessing it has real liveries on it. So I'm guessing it's an actual real car. So yeah, we take a look. I get a good start here because we were starting 15th. And then boom, first corneritis right there. So yeah, first corneritis, I guess, is something that exists. So I stalled the car trying to get away. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there will be deformation for the car, because yeah, it's still, the nose looks just fine there. But yeah, I don't know if Sprint Race is a real series. If any of you guys want to look it up, that would be interesting to check out. But yeah, I think I have room in me for a couple more races, so I'm curious. Let's go to the main menu. I want to try a race with a mandatory pit stop. So we can set a race, I believe. Mandatory pit stop. Yes. And I'm curious. Can we do a rolling start with this? All right. And let's do a 15 lap race. We'll set it to storm, but let it clear up. I'm thinking that would be a cool experiment to try. And off current date. Any news on Project Cars 3? Not really that I've heard of. We were getting a lot of news previously based off of Ian Bell's Twitter. The last thing I saw him tweet was he basically retweeted Elon Musk saying the corona panic, or the coronavirus panic, is just like dumb. That's what Elon Musk tweeted, and it's like, okay. So let's see. I'm gonna go with Donington Park again, because that would be an interesting thing to try out. For the car to drive, though, let's do the Formula Risa. This is based off of the 2012 Formula One car from Red Bull, I believe. This should be an interesting experiment. All right. First off,
I've got a bad feeling about this.
all right, so starting on wet tires. Oh, whoa! That did not work. Okay, we might need to do standing start for these cars. All right, Crazy Cat Guy. I believe I tried the Formula V last stream. But would that be fun to do in this stream? Yeah, why not? So we're not gonna do a rolling start. Yeah, it gave me no time to really do it. All right. So we're going to be starting 10th out of 16 here. Almost missed the start because I accidentally shut off the car. So we will get to see how these cars perform in the rain. Oh, snap. Shark fin in the rain. Should be fun. And you can hear the raindrops. Oh, he's there. He's there. I didn't have the proximity indicator, I thought. Ooh, that was scary. Okay, that shouldn't shift into fourth there. But yeah, I believe I'm at ultra settings right now. What's nice with the Formula V is it's a low-powered car, so it's not really a big deal racing too much on the rain. Whoa, okay, they brake early there. So DJ, I'm just gonna do a quick overall rundown of my computer specs because I recently went and did an update to my system. For the GPU, I am running an RTX 2070, standard one, not the RTX 2070 Super. For the CPU, I recently upgraded to the Ryzen 9 3900X. So that is my new CPU. I recently upgraded from 16 to 32 gigabytes of RAM. So that is what I'm running in my system. I have this loaded onto a 1 terabyte NVMe solid state drive, but I have a 256 gigabyte solid state drive as my boot drive. And the CPU is water cooled. Corsair Vengeance H110i, I believe. But yeah, it's a great system. The main reason I just went with the 3900X is it's actually compatible with the motherboard I've been using for 3 years now. So I wanted to just sort of upgrade the CPU for now without having to upgrade the motherboard. And I just wanted a CPU that was powerful enough for H.264 streaming like we're doing right now without draining the actual system. And also it's really great for actually having my rendering workflow as well. Okay, that heel and toe did not work well. Little loose, but we're okay. Oh my gosh, this is fun. But once it stops raining and I think the track line starts to dry up a bit, I think that's when we'll try to go into pits. There is helmet cam. I'm not a big fan of it because of the look in, but you can turn off the look in. So yeah, it does the look into the corner, which I think some people like, some people don't. I feel like it's more of a detriment than an assist. So that's why I'm fine with this for now, but I could also edit the helmet cam to make it fit what I'm looking for. Oh, just hydroplaned a little there, or hydro/aquaplane. I remember I was talking in a video about it, and people were just eating me alive because I said hydroplane, which is what people in America say. Apparently in Britain and other places they say aquaplane. I'm like, okay. Well, different places say different things, I guess. But yeah, quick debate. Who here says hydroplane? Who here says aquaplane? Okay, so yeah, on the left side here, you see that big puddle. Whew. And stuff. Okay, so sounds like most people say aquaplane. Okay, dive deep there. It'll be interesting to see what happens when the mandatory pit stop takes place. But yeah, still we're seeing definitely some rain flow. Whoa, okay, we just definitely got loose there. But yeah, I mean, the behavior of the car feels pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Formula V is also, whoa, big puddle. We have 2 cars ahead of us. We braked early there. Just want to make sure I make the corner, and even then I almost ran off. There we go. Let's see if we can close in on this guy. We're seeing the clouds moving quickly, so it could clear up in just a couple laps, I bet. Because I think I set it to 10-lap race, so maybe around lap 5 or so is when it's going to change. I am definitely seeing some puddles. We've driven over a few. And it seems like they might be getting a lot larger. Sun King, it is because Risa Studios, they struck a deal with Slightly Mad Studios to utilize their game engine. That's why it looks like it. So they are both running on the Madness engine, which was developed by Slightly Mad Studios. Swing the car through the corner. Oh yeah, that puddle got larger. Washed out a bit. Oh man, that was risky. But yeah, it seems like this car handles the curbs a little too well, like the wet curb. Looks like the rain might be starting to lighten up. I've had a couple cars where it's like, yeah, going over the curb was death. So now going to this half of the track, it's actually heavier rain. So it's like different segments of the track have heavier rain. Whoa. That could have been bad. This is madness. No, this is AMS. Okay, so can we make the pass on this guy? Whoa, okay, we got a little loose there. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Yeah, this part of the track definitely is starting to feel more saturated. That was a risky move right there. It seems like the puddles aren't forming that quickly. Saying. A little aggressive right there. Making the dive. Whoa, okay. That trail brake did not help us. Should have stayed in second gear there. We're lap 5 right now, so I think like any moment we're going to see the rain slow down. I mean, it's still coming down pretty hard, I'll say that. Time multipliers can affect weather if you so choose. You can set to sync it with the time progression or have it set on a separate system. Okay, slip the clutch a bit. Yeah, these timing placeholders are definitely Project Cars feeling. Got hit with a slowdown. That's another Project Cars 2 placeholder, I guess. Have I tried qualifying in AMS 2 yet? No, I have not, actually. I'm hearing it's like next week's update should give you AI, not AI, the UI elements. Yeah, I'll have to give this a try in VR and share my impressions. Seems like the rain has almost stopped. Still coming down a little bit. Oh yeah, now it's cleared up. So I think I have it set to accelerated sync to race for the drying line. So the track's gonna dry up pretty quick, I think. We'll see though. I might get flagged with the slowdown there. The Elixir, long time, man. How have you been? The handling feels pretty good. It's definitely a step above Project Cars 2, and it's pretty close to AMS 1. I still think there are some things that need to be tweaked and fine-tuned. All right, we're side by side with him. Let's catch some of that slipstream. Big lockup. No bueno. Yeah, JJ, I would love to see that. Like a legit good NASCAR sim. But yeah, the lighting has just shifted big time. I'm curious. I'll need to make my pit stop shortly, I think. Whoa, that puddle. Need to regain my composure. Things are starting to improve at least, which is nice. Starting to see the dry line. And this is an accelerated dry line, just letting you guys know. I keep on wanting to shift it fourth here, but this car just doesn't have the power to. So what's going to be interesting though is that I can't pick the tire compound. So are they going to pick dry or wets for this? Because it's still a wet track. That'll be interesting. We gotta run. I don't think I can pick it in the pit settings right now, like in this beta state. I'm going to pit now. Okay. So it's sticking me on the wets. And I'm guessing filling up my tank. In-car management for pit does work. Okay, those tires were not ready yet, I think. I'm gonna hit with a slowdown, I bet. There we go. This is an interesting situation now, because now we have the dry line, but I'm on wet tires, so drive on the wet part of the track to keep the tires from heating up too much. A little too aggressive there. I will take that. Slow down. Seems like the slowdown limits are definitely a little more conservative in AMS2 than in Project Cars 2, at least. This is like if you breathe off the track, you would get a slowdown in Project Cars 2. Okay, so we're going to lap 10. I believe we have it set for 15 laps! Oh gosh! Oh man! I got in so much trouble, oh gosh. Yikes! That puddle, woo! Got in so much trouble, I changed the camera. That puddle will get me sooner rather than later. That is true. Let me check something real quick. Am I on wet tires? No, I'm on dries now, I guess. Okay. So they just look like wets, I think. Or this could be the dry compound. I don't know. They're working. That's what matters. But yeah, that puddle is going down though, which is nice. Aw, dang it. But we'll have to see what spot we finish up in. Because I think it's 15 lap race or 12 lap. Oh, I went over that puddle lightly, but it worked out for me. Yeah, the dry line is pretty much formed now. Pitch the car. But it's cool seeing the race going from wet to dry. No, EOD, this game runs on the same engine as Project Cars 2. This is still AMS2. But yeah, sometime I need to do another race with subscribers. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, so what it is this is just like placeholder UI. I'm guessing they are going to be adding in their own UI elements next week. But yeah, I'll have to see if I can find the right time to do it. Late next week, I'm going to Southern California for spring break, so there will be no content during spring break, unfortunately, unless I set some videos to upload during the week. So I might do that, make some videos sharing my thoughts, have them upload while I'm out of town. Ooh, we got a great run out of that corner. That's one of the things I want to try out, Stiggy. Do like a comparison shootout. Like a three-way battle. AMS 1 versus AMS 2 versus Project Cars 2. Clutch slip, dang it. I guess I did set it to 15 lap race. This is a very lively car in the best possible way. Okay, multiplayer along with full HUD car setups planned for beta 3. All right, awesome. Seems like these cars always get a much better drive off than I do. Oh shoot, that did not work. But that was wheel on wheel. That should have been a lot crazier than it was. Loose on the inside. Oh snap. That was pretty ballsy, but it worked. I have no idea, Chiammer. No, I'm gonna hit with slow down, I bet. No, I didn't. Dang. Yeah, these corner limits are definitely a lot more forgiving than in Project Cars 2. Because that would have been a major slowdown in P-Cars 2. All right, that's lap 14, I think. This is final lap, if I am calculating correctly. No! Oh, that was close. Oh my gosh, we almost just died there. All right, Nicholas, you have a good one. So yeah, after this race, I'm just gonna do a test session, and then I'm gonna sort of share my final thoughts, like so far from this day of testing. Little bump and run. Well, I got the bump, but no run. Whoops, sorry, JJ. From what I heard, I don't think Niels is consulting with Riza for the force feedback in this. From what I heard, it's like he's too busy or something, which is kind of understandable. I mean, he's running Usingfeld Engineering. Okay, I'm gonna send it. I sent it and somehow it delivered. Whew. All right. I believe this is the end. Yes, it is. No warning. It's just boom, end. Alrighty. Hey, so we ended up 14th. Dang. Because of that major mistake I had, that spin. I think just when I spun, a lot of these other cars were able to take advantage. That sucked, but hey, it was fun. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take it back to the car and track combo that kind of helped start off this entire series. And that will be the V8 Supercar, or not V8 Supercar, the Brazilian stock car. I'm gonna go with that. But first we need to change the shifters. So let's do that real quick. So controls, assignments, clutch up, or geared up, gear down. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. And let's go with Interlagos, because that's a track I at least feel like I know okay. So yeah, so this is definitely interesting. Yeah, so basically starting off with some of my closing thoughts on AMS2 so far.
It's almost showtime. Good luck out
This update has made it a lot better, which I am very thankful of. Because that first update, it left me a little confused. Because it had a lot of great potential, but especially with the force feedback was being somewhat lackluster. So it's like, yeah, it's something where this release 2 is definitely a big improvement over release 1. So yeah, so John, he brings up a very interesting point. As of right now, basically all the content in the beta is just ported over from AMS1. One of the questions is it going to have more content at release? Are they withholding some stuff from the beta? My guess is yes. So I'm guessing that hopefully final release will have more stuff, like more new stuff I should say, and we can enjoy that. And it's like the content already in AMS is great, but it's like, yeah, if you're gonna call it something 2.0, you're gonna want more content. Whoops, and I'm around. So yeah, it's like, it's like, yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But the force feedback is miles better than what we got in the beta release 1, so I'm happy about that. And then what we're seeing so far in AMS 2, like the weather and stuff, it has the good bones to it. It has the good foundation, and it's proving that if you put the time and effort into the cars, you can make it to a high level of quality. So yeah, all the cars I have tested in AMS 2 beta right now is that, yes, it is better than Project Cars 2 in terms of feel and everything. So it's like, yeah, time will tell to see if we get the features such as flat spotting, because flat spotting would be great, and we know the Seda tire model is capable of it from what we've seen. So we'll see what happens. But it's like, yeah, so what's going on? We have 24 days before the official release date. I'm not sure if this is in a state right now where it can release 1.0 as a complete game in 24 days. And I hate to say it, but part of me is hoping that this will get delayed so they can spend the extra time focusing, improving it, and just making it more complete. I don't know if that'll happen, but if it does, I would not be surprised, and I wouldn't exactly be disappointed. That's the other thing. It's just something that I think there are more features that need to be refined, rolled out, and that might take more time. Also squashing some of the bugs. That's another thing that might need to be done. But yeah, so basically talking about what I've experienced so far in AMS 2, again, it has left me wanting a lot more. It's left me wanting a definitely better experience. It's making me hungry for more Automobilista 2. And that's like one of the biggest compliments I can make. And it's like, yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, Jelly D, to kind of address that question, in the world of gaming, first impressions mean a whole lot. The goal of Riza Studios for AMS 2 is not just to get everyone from AMS 1 to AMS 2, but it's also to, say, bring in a new audience. And if it's the new people, they launch a game, they're like, hey, this is broken, that will not look good for Riza Studios. Because the thing is, yes, 1.0 going gold with a game is a significant milestone. And it's like, yeah, you kind of need to have that quality, and you can't release a broken game as 1.0, or else you're gonna have another next or No Man's Sky on your hands, and that's not good. So yeah, guys, those are my main thoughts so far on Automobilista 2.0, the version 2.0 beta. So yeah, this will be interesting to see how it improves in the next week, and it's going to be exciting. So yeah, I am excited to see what develops in the game. I'm definitely excited to see how it is with the next update, and it's definitely not broken in its current form by that sort of standard, but there are some things that definitely need to be ironed out. For example, when we were doing that sprint race and we had that first corneritis, that is definitely something that is slightly concerning. But yeah, all things considered, I am definitely excited for more Automobilista 2. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the stream. I need to get some lunch. I ended up doing this stream through my breakfast, so I actually have not eaten anything yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab some food and just try to make the most out of the rest of the day. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching the stream. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and also if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on more content coming from me and just all things related to sim racing. But yeah, also one exciting video that is going to be coming out soon is my build video for this computer upgrade. So I have a video coming out soon talking about like my computer upgrade, like why I upgraded to the Ryzen 9 3rd gen versus 4th gen. Also just cataloging the build, going to be doing benchmarks and stuff about my streams. It's going to be a video I haven't really done this kind of video in my channel yet, so I'd love to get your input when that video is released, hopefully next week. But until then, guys, for the Sim Racing Paddock, I'm William Marsh, and thanks for watching.